Welcome to the very first R&R Ask the Expert. This regular segment for R&R Mag Online will feature professionals from the restoration and remediation industry and beyond, and they're going to weigh in on a variety of topics from the restoration and remediation industry, marketing, PR, beyond. Our first guest fits into that last category. This is Howard Partridge. He's a seasoned businessman and author of several books, including this one, The Five Secrets
All
of a
right.
Phenomenal Business. Hi, Howard. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
My pleasure, and I'm doing phenomenal, of course.
Very good. Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself first and your business and your background?
You bet. Grew up very poor in Mobile, Alabama. Got kicked out of the house when I was 18 years old. Arrived in Houston, Texas on a Greyhound bus with 25 cents in my pocket and started my first business out of the trunk of my car a little over 30 years ago, almost 31 years ago. And in the cleaning and restoration industry, built it up to a multi-million-dollar industry, became an international business coach and author, as you just showed. And now I help small business owners all over the world.
Okay, very good. So, I read bits and pieces of your book, and one of the things you were talking about is how much you can end up paying for a Starbucks cup of coffee if you try really, really hard. And you go into talking about a business's brand. So, what would you say, how important is a business's brand?
Well, it's very important. In fact, I have a friend, speaking of Starbucks, his name is Dr. Joseph A. Michelli. He's an international branding expert and the best-selling author of The Starbucks Experience, Leading the Starbucks Way. He's doing a book with Mercedes right now. He's done one on Zappos, Ritz-Carlton Hotel. And he said that a brand is nothing more than what people say about you when you're not around. So it's really your reputation is your brand. And so you want to build a unique experience around your company so that people say phenomenal things about you.
Okay, okay. So, what words of wisdom would you offer, like restoration companies looking to increase their business success, expand their brand?
Well, the thing is that as our mutual good friend John Maxwell likes to say, is that everything rises or falls on leadership. And one of the things that I found with restoration companies, which is the reason that I want to do this today, and the reason we want to get involved there is because we need to develop leaders. And one of the things that has been very successful for us is to not only develop myself, but develop my leaders. And you need to develop yourself and develop leaders that can come along and run the different aspects of your business, that can go out and do marketing for you, that can make the customer happy, and that sort of thing. So leadership is so important. Develop yourself as a leader, and then develop your people as leaders, and then everything else follows from there.
Okay, very good advice. So, what would you say is the main reason that you see businesses fail or not don't grow as if they're not growing as they should?
Yeah, well, the number one reason that small businesses of any kind, and I get the pleasure of working in we're coaching in 92 different industries right now, but I get to address hundreds of different industries. And the number one reason that small businesses don't grow or do as well as they could is what I call FTI, failure to implement. And the reason is overwhelm. There's just so many moving parts to a business that you need to get it organized, break it down to the simple parts, and then begin to build some systems in there. And so I tell people that you need three things to have a phenomenally successful business. One is effective systems. Two is willing people. They don't have to be the most experienced in the world, but they have to be willing. They have to have heart. And then you have to have good leadership.
Okay. So what's the number one piece of advice you would offer somebody that's like an entrepreneur? They're really thinking about starting a business. What's your number one piece of advice for a newbie?
Yep, the one and only reason that any business exists is to be a vehicle to help you achieve your life goals. I get to be the exclusive small business coach for the Zig Ziglar Corporation, and Zig said that the secret ingredient of success is desire. And so a lot of entrepreneurs have desire, but then what you need to do is take that desire and build that vehicle and build those systems so that you can actually reach your goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add? Any other tips you think people need to hear from you?
Yes. Develop yourself, train, invest in your people, invest in yourself. And when you do that, and that has been, other than, the grace of God and people, all of business is about relationships. But outside of those two things, we've got to develop ourselves. We've got to develop our team. I'm in Florida right now. This is my Florida home. And when I get back to Houston at my main home, I'm taking my whole leadership team to see Gary Keller, who is the founder of Keller Williams Realty. And I'm always investing. I'm always trying to create experiences for them to grow them as leaders. And that's the key, is to develop yourself and develop your people. So train, train, train. And the old thing, another thing that Zig used to say, and some people have heard this, if you think it's expensive to train your people, try and then lose them, try not training them and keeping them.
Good sound advice.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Very good. Thank you so much, Howard. I really appreciate you answering my quick questions, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay in Florida.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll chat soon. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.